My name is Damyanov and I'm an artist. This is the simplest way that I describe my work in the field of book design, illustration, cover, poster, comics, animation, teaching, and some other really pointless stuff. That was a portrait of me drawn on wine. So, do you know that guy from the movie, a serial killer or a spy maybe, who keeps multiply identities in a locker room somewhere? Well, my job is a little bit like his, but I'm I'm assure you that nobody has ever been hurt or killed by bad design or not so beautiful illustration. It all starts with a scratch in my sketchbook, in which I try to catch the fireflies we sometimes call ideas. These scratches are, these drawings in the sketchbooks are scratches on something we call fantasy. Fantasy is the thing that set us apart from other species. So we live here, but we can memorize, we can invent, we can tell stories, we can imagine things, we can imagine the future. The most important, maybe, and colorful thing in my work is drawing illustration for children's book, and this is brings huge responsibility because I'm sure that everyone can point a specific book in his past which has left a huge trauma or or bad memory. I started to draw Gianni Rodari stories years ago because my fantasy was sparked by his book Telephone Stories. This is the activity book Нарисувай ми овца, Draw Me a Sheep, inspired by the classic the Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, which I made out of clay and then turned the clay sculptures into illustrations. And I found a new way to present this unique and classical story. The most interesting and exciting part of my job is that I can meet and encountering an author beyond space and time, and this is really really happy to me. But every illustrator prefers to work with no living author. Don't get me wrong, but just imagine if I had to discuss these illustrations or covers with the genius but notoriously grumpy Oscar Wilde. I believe that the child who reads will grow up as an analytical and critical thinker. This is an illustration from George Orwell's famous book, and you can see what happens with your children if you don't read them enough fairy tales or if they don't read enough. Not only drawings, not only paintings, my toolbox is a little bit larger. Sometimes I have to sew and combine it with painting. Sometimes I have to roll over my vehicle across a white sheet of paper. While the book is a vast territory where you can spread your ideas and run them through, the poster art is a sprint. Really short distance. These are one of my recent works on the theme Contact. And fantasy is a high-speed train on which you don't want to get on board without a ticket. The project Bileteria features numerous numbers of different tickets from metro, train, and from the parking where in times I waited my daughter after school. When we talk about reading, we sometimes forget the importance and the history of our beautiful letters and alphabet. In my project, Podesica, Sublingual, I explore the origins of the alphabet and find the new new explanations of some of the words. This project is really large at the time. It consists with more than 300 symbols, and also there is additional book with this project for last year. Is fantasy a way to create things, assembling them, inventing things which make our life more comfortable? Or is the fantasy the thing that we can find a new purpose, the way we find a new purpose of those things? This project is consisted with short comics, because when you have really lot of images in your head, you have to combine them into short stories, and that's how I started to write, to draw down these stories without a single word. I always knew that there is a goal at the end point on the horizon, which I reach someday, and this is animation. Last year, I completed my first short stop movie. It's named Merry Go Underground, but unfortunately, I can't show it to you because our time is up. Just let me show you one last image of the film Merry Go Underground, and I'm sure that everyone can create his own story based on this single image. That's the power of fantasy. I wish you a wonderful night. Thank you.